Last weekend, I was headed into Connecticut for a baby shower, and I wasn't in the close to Rhode Island part of Connecticut. I was in the close to New York part of Connecticut. So I was going to be in the car for a while, kind of a long drive, wanted to grab a coffee before I got on the road. So I drove through the drive-through, like you do, and I got an iced coffee, despite that it was December. So I asked for what I usually get, and they say, "Oh, hi, what can we get for you?" And I said, "Yes, I'd like," and I tried to make it sound like I haven't ordered it a billion times before, almost like it's off the top of my head. "Oh, I guess I'd like this. I'd like an iced hazelnut coffee medium with cream and 3 Splenda." 3 Splenda? Yes, 3 Splenda. All right, so they make my coffee, and I pull through, and I grab it and pay the lady, and it's like, all right, bye. So I drink about half of the coffee, and I'm about halfway through my ride, and I realize I really have to pee, which might sound like too much information for this story, but believe me, it's relevant. And so I stop, and I use the restroom, and then I get back in the car, and I'm driving along, and I'm like, I've got like this sweater's feeling on my teeth, that like, bleh. And I realize that I can't 100% see clearly. So I'm like, something is definitely up, and I'm going to blame diabetes. I'm going to take a look at this. So I test my blood sugar, and I see that I am 304. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so I'm like, all right. So I take my insulin, I bolus with my friend, the pump here, and then I'm like, I'm still driving, still drinking the coffee, and I'm like, something is weird. Get to the bottom of the coffee, and I'm like, something is weird about this. And I realize that I've got this like weird granulated taste. What is that? I look at the bottom of the cup, and this thing is filled with sugar. I just didn't realize it because the ice and the cold coffee was just sitting on top of it, and I was just drinking sugar for like an hour. Just a cup of sugar on ice. It's just crazy how much of a difference having the wrong order can make, especially for a person with diabetes. I mean, that thing like kicked my rear end for the rest of the day. I was in the high 300s for probably about 3 or 4 hours before I started to kind of crest back into range. The moral of the story is make sure your orders are right before you drive off into the sunset, because you could also be driving off into wicked high blood sugar, and that's not fun. And one would think that's enough for me to kick the coffee habit, but one would be wrong. It's not enough. I just make sure I check the cup before I drive away. What am I going to do? Sit in front of the Christmas tree all day and talk about it?